Hello, I'm Zett, and today I'm going to show you how to circumvent the 3-device limit on your PlayStation Network account. In theory, this would work with PlayStation Portable, PlayStation Portable Go, PlayStation Vita, PlayStation VitaTV, PlayStation 3 and even PlayStation 4. As long as you're capable of dumping the device's NAND and restoring said NAND at a later time. Since it's the most easiest to do on the PlayStation Portable, I'm going to use this PSP as an example, but not only in theory, it technically should also work with all PlayStation devices that can access the PlayStation Network store. So yeah, I have a PSP 3000 running the most recent official version, which is 6.61. As you can see, if I press select, nothing happens. I do have modded one of the icons to start the LME custom timer because we're going to need it at one point in this video. And I also have some software on here like Angry Birds, Shift Extended, I Must Run, and so on. And also like PSP Updater, custom timer installer, etc. So the first thing we have to do is you need to have a working Wi-Fi connection and you have to sign into a PlayStation Network account, which I'm going to do right now. Usually you can only activate 3 portable and 3 stationary devices with the PlayStation Network account. So pretty much 3 of the following devices: PSP, PSP Go, PlayStation Vita or PlayStation TV, and another 3 of the next following devices: PlayStation 3 or PlayStation 4. So the PS3 and 4 count as stationary devices, and all the PS Vitas, including the PlayStation TV, and all the PSPs count as portable devices. So you can have 3 of each, and I'm going to activate my PSP, which is now my 3rd activated device on my account. So if I would want to activate a 4th, a 5th, a 6th or a 7th PlayStation Portable or Vita, I would have to deactivate one of my 3 activated devices before I could activate said 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th device. So yeah, then next I'm going to download something from the PlayStation Store. I'm going to use the download list feature, and I'm just going to download Puzzlescape. It's 90 MB in size, so this will take a little time, but I'm going to cut the video so you don't have to wait 4 minutes until the download is finished. Okay, looks like we're nearly done. Oh god. Okay, I'm going to cut this again. Okay, but now we should be done with this. Finally. Oops. Install completed. Then we're going to leave the PSN category and verify that the game is working, which is Puzzlescape at the moment. Let's focus the screen. Perfect. And there we go, the game starts and I can play my minis. So yeah, the game is working, and I can play the games from my PlayStation Network account. Now the trick is, like I said, you have to dump the NAND of the PlayStation Portable. Think of it like a complete operating system image, so a backup. And after you finished dumping that NAND, we're going to deactivate the PSP, not PS Vita, PSP, and then we can abuse that we have complete full NAND dump of the PlayStation Portable, which enables us in the end to re-enable the PlayStation Network game support on our device. Okay, now I'm booted into the custom farmer because I have to run this Nand dump tool, which is called Nand Manager. Where was I? Oh yeah. So we can abuse the PlayStation Network and the complete operating system dump by later restoring the dump, which in the end will enable us to still use the PlayStation Network content, which should be deactivated for the device, but isn't, thanks to the complete Nand dump. So yeah, it's currently writing the Nand to the memory stick as nanddump.bin, and if I'm going to restore this at a later time, so in a few minutes, you will see what I'm talking about. So yeah, I finished the dump, and now I'm going to fully reboot the PlayStation Portable. So you see, you literally only need the custom farmer for creating the Nand dump, and in the end later restoring the Nand dump. Technically, you could also unscrew the PlayStation Portable case and wire a hardware flasher and hardware reader, but since we're able to casually use this Nand dump and custom farmer, this is not necessary. Okay, I'm going to show once again that the software is still working even after dumping the Nand, which I just did. And as you can see, I'm not getting an error message because the software is still working, because the device is still activated for my PlayStation Network account. Let's exit the game and continue with what I want to show you. I'm once again accessing the account manager settings on the PlayStation Portable, which not only enables me to download software from my download list, but also enables me to, well, activate, deactivate, add and remove the account from my PlayStation Portable. Let's see, system, okay, this is now in German because my account is German, but system activation, game, and deactivate system. Blah, 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 blah. Oh, this is even English. Okay. Okay, deactivation is successful. And I can even delete my account from this device. See, now it says sign up. If I'm now going to try to start my purchased games like Puzzlescape, it's going to say I have to activate my device before I can use this software, because my device is not activated for this software. Next, I'm going to disable Wi-Fi because we don't want to connect to the internet anymore. I'm going to launch the custom farmer once again because now I need it to restore the Nand dump, which we just created. By the way, if you don't have this custom farmer icon in your PlayStation Portable menu, it's not hard to set up. You just have to download 3 things, which are the 6.61 LME 2.3 custom farmer installer, the 6.61 LME, which are the things, LME installer for 661, LME launcher for 661, so you can install the custom farmer and you can launch the custom farmer. Usually you're using this to launch the custom farmer, but that kind of sucks, so I developed Lightspeed, also updated it for version 6.61, so you can replace either this icon, which used to be SenseMe, or you can replace this icon, Digital Comics, with a custom farmer launcher, just like this. But that's not important for this showcase. Okay, let's go to the Nand dumper, and now we're going to use our Nand dumper to restore what we just backed up. So I'm going to press restore LR and X, and now it's writing. It's writing from the memory stick to the internal flashes of the PlayStation Portable. For example, if I would now remove the battery, or if it would be empty, my device would be bricked and I would not be able to use it anymore because the operating system is corrupted, or at least partly corrupted. So if you're going to restore the Nand dump, you usually want to plug in the charger, so you're 100%. You can be sure. I'm not sure what I want to say. You can be 100% sure that your device is not going to brick. So yeah. Better safe than sorry, but I just charged this device, so it shouldn't happen. After rebooting the PSP, I'm back into the normal official version 6.61, and as you just saw, or as you can still see, my account management is once again filled. I just deleted it and deactivated my device, but thanks to the Nand dump, I'm still able, or once again able, to use this even though the Sony server just disabled my PlayStation Portable. And if we would just check the Sony server, it would say my device is deactivated. So technically I should not be able to start this game on this PSP because the server deactivated the device and freed up one of my three slots for the PlayStation Network. So I'm now once again able to fill my third slot on the PlayStation Network with a different device, even though technically I still have 3 devices activated, which are 2 of my PlayStation Vitas, and for this video showcase, this PSP, which was the third one, but I just deactivated it. And and as you can see, I'm not using a custom firmware at the moment, so it still works on the normal PlayStation Portable system software. The custom firmware was just necessary to dump and restore the Nand, so we can fool the Sony servers. So pretty much we can indefinitely use our PSN's device slots, account slots for devices, without any limit. You just have to do this procedure on the devices. It's recommended to not visit the internet on these, well, cheat activated devices. It sounds silly, but it shouldn't work, and it still works because of the Nand dump. It's just, well, an oversight, I would say. So if you're going to use Wi-Fi on these devices which shouldn't be activated but are internally still deactivated, not but activated, then it is possible that if I now activate Wi-Fi and try to exit the PSN store, it will say, wait a second, didn't I deactivate this device? So if you're going to do this, you either want to block the server which is responsible for checking the activation status of your device, or you just don't want to visit the internet. Why am I showing this on the PSP? The simple idea behind this is it doesn't only technically work on the PlayStation Vita, PlayStation 3 and PlayStation 4, it actually works on the PlayStation Vita, PlayStation 3 and PlayStation 4. The problem on the PlayStation Vita and PlayStation 4, less on the PS3, is how are you supposed to dump the Nand, or in case of the PS3 and 4, the NOR flash of the device. So you need a complete system software, no, not system software, operating system dump, so you can literally dump everything that's the operating system and its settings and so on into one file, so you can restore everything later on. If you're capable of doing this on the PS Vita, PlayStation 3 and PlayStation 4, then this trick will also work on these devices. On the PS3 it's a bit easier nowadays due to the custom firmware, but back in the day you really had to use those hardware flashers. You had to solder these flashes to the main board of the PlayStation 3, so you're able to dump the PlayStation 3, so you're able to unbrick the PlayStation 3, and so on. So currently there's this Brazilian PlayStation Vita jailbreak. I really don't like to associate the word jailbreak with Sony devices. And they claim they can pretty much grant you pirated games, while technically it's still, I think, it's not 100% sure how they're doing it, but one possible method would be they give all people the same PlayStation account and you pay them and they give you 10 games. That's what I read. And for these 10 games they could technically and are most likely abusing this method of having virtually unlimited PlayStation accounts connected to, no, PlayStation devices connected to one PlayStation account. Since they're not dumb, they're most likely having like 10 or 20 or even 100 PlayStation accounts, but if they have 10,000 or 100,000 customers, Sony can just ban a few of these accounts and they won't bother. they'll most likely tell these people, well, if it stops working, come again, pay again, and you get the same shit like you paid before. I'm not sure what you think about this. Technically, it is pirating games, but kinda not, kinda yes. Well, I don't know. It's just not a real PlayStation 4 hack. It's not a hack. It's just, I don't know. It's kind of abusing that the device is not checking after booting if the content which is or was available and enabled, if it's still allowable to still run the software. Since a lot of people bitch about this always on feature of the PlayStation 4 and Xbox One, I think on one of these devices it was never implemented, and on the other ones it was removed just after the release. So with this always on feature, this trick will not be possible. But thanks to a lot of people bitching about always on being stupid, this trick is possible, and therefore it enables people to add a literal metric fuckton of devices to one single PlayStation account, which should actually be limited to 2 or 3 devices. So yeah, it's not really a hack. The only real hack on this part is that they connect hardware to the motherboard of the PlayStation 4 and dump the NAND, or in this case the NOR flash of the device. So the only real hack is the hardware modification. In terms of software, there's no hack, and it doesn't deserve to be called a hack or jailbreak or something else. It's simply just dump the NAND, deactivate device, restore NAND, and wow, magic, the device is still activated. So yeah. I don't know. Tell me what you think about this in the comments section below. I'm the Dad, and see you soon.